And we're live? Mate, this bloody baguette. I can't even put in words what's just happened as I was going live. I haven't eaten today, so like 5 minutes ago I was like, I'll have a quick baguette, I'll have a quick like bread and butter and cheese or something before I go live. And it's gone a bit hard because like it'd been left out for a while, and the knife slipped and I've cut myself like really deep. Like, if you're squeamish with blood, do not look at my latest tweet. It's really bad. There's like blood everywhere in the bathroom. I haven't had a chance to clean it up. It looks like a murder scene. Oh my god, I can't believe the timing of this. I'm going to do my best to get through this stream, but I've got my hand wrapped up in toilet roll. I couldn't even put a plaster on it because it was just like pouring out with blood. I don't think I can show it on stream. I'm not sure if you can show blood. Anyway. So, I'll do my best to get through the stream. I think I'm going to be one-handed for this one. There's lots to talk about as well. I'm going to make 2 transfers in this stream, I think. Yeah, I've been thinking about my moves this morning, and I'm looking at making 2 transfers now. So I'm looking at selling Hwang and Foden as well. So yeah, this could set the tone for the game week. But yeah, thanks for the messages. I don't think I need to go to hospital. It's not that bad. I've just got it like wrapped up. I don't know, if I start to get lightheaded, I'll let you know. If I start talking nonsense, then let me know. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is definitely like the worst I've ever cut myself. Focal out for 2 weeks, confirmed. I'll be alright, I'll get through this. But yeah, this defeated by the baguette. So, welcome all to the stream. Yeah, I didn't have time to prepare or eat or anything, so... Anyway, I've got like lots prepared as always. Luckily I did it last night and not just before I went live. But yeah, I'm red flagged. I'm literally like red flagged right now. 25%. I mean, probably 25% of a green arrow as well. Oh dear. Use a serrated knife for bread. Oh, okay. I didn't know there's like, you meant to use certain knives. I've got a knife set and I just grabbed the big one. Anyway. You must be lightheaded. Don't sell Foden. I must be. No, I thought of that before I cut myself. So I'm going to go with pre-cut Oscar and what I thought. The reason I'm thinking of doing it, obviously it's like it could go wrong. Foden's got United at home. But I just looked at the fixtures side by side. Foden will have United, Liverpool and Arsenal. 29's irrelevant because I'm free hitting. Son's going to have Palace, Villa and Luton. And then I looked at Gameweek 30. Luton at home. He's got to be the best captain that week, hasn't he? Pressure and elevated. Do I have to go like that for the whole stream? Oh, you can't even see it. I can't do that for 2 hours. Oh, dear. Minus 12 for the baguette. Oh, there's baguette emojis as well. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm applying pressure. I've got my finger on it. I'm just going to have to do a one-handed stream. Unbelievable. This is mad. So yeah, I was looking at it, like Gameweek 30, Luton at home. I think Son's the best captain that week. And I want to have Salah in Gameweek 31 because he's got Sheffield United at home. So if I don't get Son now, I'm not going to buy him in 30 for 1 week and then sell him for a -4. So I could potentially roll into Gameweek 30 with this. Tie it around your finger. I've got an elastic band. Oh, that might work. Oh. There we go. Actually, that worked. I think. We'll see if it seeps out still. Yeah, that's actually a good shout. Okay. Might be alright. So yeah, it's going to be a -4 as well, fruit plug. So it'd be Hwang to Palmer, Foden to Son, -4. Finger leaks. Is he trying to sell? Well, I'm selling him, but it's just so... Are you guys like me and you've suddenly got loads of flags at once? I've got Porro, Richarlison, Hwang, Solanke. I know some of you have got other players that are flagged as well. Yeah, it should stop bleeding soon. I mean, it's been like 10 minutes now since I did it. Oh, dear. No, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I'll sort it out after the stream finishes. It's wrapped up for now. I've got tissue paper around it. So, yeah. Lots of flags right now, which isn't great. So, Yeah, I'm looking at making those 2 moves, and I'll be captaining Haaland, vice captain Saka. But I mean, Saka's solid captain this week as well. We'll have to stick a captain poll up in a minute because I'm interested to know if anyone's going for Saka or Son. I think those have got to be the top 3, haven't they? -4 to get Oscar out. Blue card for the baguette. Oh dear, it's just staring at me now on the side of my desk. Why did I bring a baguette to the stream? Is it Dogie playing? Yeah, Dogie's back in training, so I reckon he's in line for a start, yeah. It is a bit sideways, George, but for me it's about multiple weeks. Because next week I'm not going to get Son. They got Villa away then, so it's not a good entry point. Next week I'm going to get a couple of Bournemouth players probably for their double in 28. And then after that, as I said, there's this Luton in Gameweek 30, where I'll probably captain him as well. No worries, Ash. Welcome to the stream. Saka or Watkins captain? I prefer Saka. I mean, Saka, he's got 8 goals in his last 7. He's playing against the worst team in the league. So I think I think him and Haaland are honestly dead even this week. Like if you're chasing rank, I would definitely go Saka this week. Bradley, thanks for the super chat. It says start 3 of Solanke, Bowen, Foden and Palmer. I've got De Bruyne as well, but I can't not start him after Luton. Yeah, I agree. You have to start him. Solanke, Bowen, Foden and Palmer. It's just down to Solanke really, like whether he makes the game or not. There's been murmurs that he's okay. So if he starts, then I suppose it'd have to be Bowen. I think I'd bench Bowen there. Yeah, it's between Solanke and Bowen. You definitely start Foden and Palmer, so it's Solanke or Bowen. I think I'd go Bowen. If we can trust the rumours and the leaks and so on that Solanke's alright and that he's going to be fit for Burnley. Like, because you wouldn't want to bench him in such a good fixture. I think worst case scenario he comes on for a cameo, but there's every chance he starts that one after getting midweek off. And apparently it's a knee problem that's aggravated him for a while. Like, it's not a sudden thing. He's been playing with this for a long time, and pretty much like all players in the Premier League, they're playing with various problems throughout the season, and at some points they become like more of a hindrance. Yeah, fingers alright, Lorenzo. I just wrapped it up. I've got tissue paper around it and an elastic band around that, so I'll be alright. Ah, dear. Is free hit Gameweek 29 and wildcard 30 a bad idea? No, not necessarily. I think a lot of people are looking at wildcarding in 31, because in 30 you've got Arsenal and City facing one another. So 31 might be the better entry point on a wildcard. Who are you playing or transferring? I'm going to go Hwang to Palmer and Foden to Son. So just a Stupinan on the bench for depth this week. No, not use tissue paper this week. This week, not use tissue paper. Anyway, welcome all to the stream. Welcome to Jill, Rahul, Sloopy, Shivam, that TPS player, Martin, Cash, Joseph, G-Rid, MWH, Rez, Eden, Gerard, Austin, and everyone else. Welcome to this deadline stream. Got 1,700 tuning already. How many of those are actually just looking to watch me suffer because I've cut myself really badly here? And how many are here for the FPL? Yeah, I'm starting Solanke. I have to start him. It's him or Stupinan, so I'll definitely start Solanke. No, Foden's not out. Foden, I'm sure, will start, but yeah, I'm going to be selling him. How we doing, James? Alright, let me sort all this out. Didn't have a chance to sort anything because I was running around before we went live. Chocolate Toe says, thoughts on Hwang and a Stupinan to Son and Zabani -4. Yeah, I think that's a great pair of moves. Definitely do that. That makes perfect sense this week. I like Zabani as well, because my worry with Senesi is he's on 8 yellow cards. So it's unlikely, but let's say he gets 2 in his next 2, then he's going to have a single Gameweek 28. Or let's say he makes it till, near 34 and he picks up a 10th. Bournemouth could double in 34, so again, that could be a problem down the line. But I do get why people are getting Senesi, and he did go up in price last night. He's got the most attacking threat of the defenders. Jacob says, hello from New Zealand. It's almost 1 AM. His current team's Ariella, Senesi, Saliba, Gabriel, Son, Foden, Saka, Bowen, Solanke, Haaland, Watkins. Benches to Dubravka, Palmer, Bradley and Doughty. Who would you bench? So the defence is right, I would say. Senesi and Bradley's quite close, actually. Yeah. I think Senesi's okay there. Son, Foden, Saka, Bowen, Solanke. I think I'd start Palmer over Bowen, you know. I just look at Brentford right now. They're just leaking goals every week. And now they've lost Ben Mee. He's out injured as well. So I'd rather start Palmer myself. Yeah, I'd rather start Palmer. Any news on Salah? Yeah, Salah's out for this game week. No Salah for Game Week 27, so hopefully Game Week 28. Ash says you cut yourself. Did you get plastered? I can't even plaster it. It's bleeding so much. But yeah, I was cutting this baguette, and it's gone a bit hard. Like, can you hear that? It's gone a bit rock hard, and the knife just slipped off it. Do not look at my latest tweet if you're squeamish or you don't like blood, because I took a photo and it was pretty bad. But it's wrapped up now. It seems to be okay. I'll sort it out after the stream. Why is everyone transferring Son in? They got nice fixtures, and obviously some people aren't free hitting in Game Week 29, so that's another reason that he's a good option. And also Richarlison's picked up this injury, so we're going to see Son playing through the middle again, which is his best position. So I mean that's also appealing. So that's why a lot of people are getting him. Mr. F says, is Solanke's confirmed out? I might do Hwang to Son from -4. I'm tempted to make it -8 and bring in a Dogi for a Stupinian since I'm starting Doughty. Do you reckon Pal starts? If I get Son, I bench Gordon and Solanke. No, I wouldn't do that to bench either of those, personally. Yeah, if Solanke's confirmed out, but I don't think we're going to get any news on him. I think they play tomorrow, don't they? Like, there were rumours that he's trained and like he should be okay, and they've got training again today. So I don't know if we'll get news or not during this stream. I don't think anyone will on Solanke, but if we do, I'll let you know. But yeah, I don't think I'd do that for a hit to bench Gordon or Solanke. I don't think. And Nick says bench one out of Van Dijk, Ake, and Udogie. Probably Ake. Yeah, I think Ake, because he's not guaranteed to start. He's against United. Like, you never know. It can be an unpredictable fixture. They could win like 5-1, for example, but yeah, I think I'd start Udogie and Van Dijk. Shilly says, should I bench Solanke or Palmer, Bowen or Foden? It's hard to assess Solanke because we don't actually have all the information. We don't know like if he's fit. If he's fit, then he's an absolute no-brainer to start. And it sounds like he has a good chance of playing. So I think I'd start him if I had him and bench Bowen. That's what I would do. A Stupinian against Ake. I'd start Ake this week. I mean, a Stupinian, we don't know if he's going to start either, but he looks much more of a rotation risk. What a bad transfer he's been. 1.1.010. I think I got him here 21, so I got the 8-pointer. No, 20, I think. So I got the 6 and 8, but then he's been terrible since. Tavernier or Barkley? That's quite close as well, but I'd say Barkley. Will Walker start? He should do. He starts like 9 out of 10, so I reckon he does. I think it's the sort of game where they're going to want to start Walker for the pace he's got. I'm not sure what United are going to look like on the wings. I guess it'd be Rashford and Garnacho. Maybe Rashford plays up top, but I think they're going to want Walker for that reason, just to help negate the pace. Yeah, Dubravka's flag's been removed, so he should start again, yeah. Ake or Cash? I think it might be Cash's last game starting. Conser's been seen back in training, so we might see Conser back in the team soon and playing Cash's place. So I think Cash gets one more game, so I'd start Cash. Gordon or Palmer? That's 50-50, that one. Gun to my head, I'd say Palmer. Shea says, condolences on the finger, man. Convinced Ødegaard is a better pick over Saliba. As my third Arsenal player, thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind the Ødegaard pick at all. I don't know if anyone saw, but yesterday I got invited back on the fantasy show, which was really cool, because that goes on TV like around the world. And they were asking me all about Arsenal, and they were saying double defence or one defender and then go Saka and a midfielder. And I said I think Saka and Ødegaard's fine. Personally, I prefer the double defence because the Arsenal defenders, they're not far behind Ødegaard for points this season, and they're like almost 3 mil cheaper. But I think Ødegaard's absolutely fine. I think he's a great pick. You know, and then they've got Brentford home. City's not great, but then they've got Luton. So I think Ødegaard's perfectly alright. It's pretty close, to be honest. I just wonder if you could use that 3 mil for something better and get another midfielder, perhaps. Like, if you have Ødegaard, can you have the likes of Son, and you're probably going to want Salah in a few weeks? It's a bit difficult, I think, to have them all. I think that's where everyone's going to ultimately be building towards, like Gameweek 31. We're going to want to have Haaland, Watkins, I mean probably Watkins, maybe not, Saka, Son, Salah. So you have to have some cheap players in there. Rx, thanks for the super chat, says Dubravka or Areola? Dubravka or Areola? Let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. I think I'd say Areola. Sorry, I think I'd say Dubravka, but let's see. Newcastle 29% chance of a clean sheet. Where's West Ham? 21. Yeah, I mean the clean sheet odds favour Newcastle by 8%, so I'd back that. I'd go Dubravka. If I had that combo, that's what I would definitely do. Arsenal top 51% chance. City 42%. Spurs 36. Liverpool 34. Everton also 34. Nunez starting. Let's do the news roundup because I think there's a bit on Nunez in there. So this is all the main news from this week in case you missed any of it. Villa first. We're talking about them just now actually. Concert and Pau Torres are both going to be named in Villa's squad to face Luton. Emery's going to make a late decision on whether they start the match or not. So yeah, my gut feeling is maybe one more game for Cash, but we'll have to see because it is Concert's first game back. Iraola confirmed nothing serious was found on Solanke's MRI scan, but he's not trained this week. They'll make a late call on his fitness for Burnley. And they do have training as well today, so there's a chance he trains today and he's good for the Burnley game. O'Neill says Hwang's out for this weekend's game against Newcastle. No time frame on his return yet. So, not great. I think it was a hamstring injury or thigh injury. So it could be a few weeks, which is just like sorting the wound, isn't it? Quite literally, like I've got a wound here. It's sorting the wound. Because like Bailey, Douglas Luiz and Bowen all smashed it. But Hwang had Sheffield United home and of course he blanks. And then of course he gets injured. Deary me. Postecoglou said Richarlison's out for 2 to 3 weeks. And Porro's another week away. Udogi's been in training and he could play tomorrow. So today. Weirdly though, this was a video on Tottenham's Twitter. But then to the press, Postecoglou said Richarlison's out 3 to 4 weeks. So it sounds like he's going to be back game week 30 after the international break. In terms of Brighton, João Pedro, Mitoma among those out, and Gilmore's suspended. Lamptey and Veltman are back after they missed out the midweek fixture, which is not great either for us Estupinian mugs, because it could be Lamptey that starts again ahead of Estupinian, but we'll see. I won't be surprised if Estupinian finally starts, but I said that last week. Bumo, Pinnock, Hickey, Shader, Henry, De Silva are all out, but Ben Mee's also joined them on the long-term injury list. So I think that adds to the appeal of Palmer as well this week, so I'm happy buying Palmer. Glasner said that Eze and Hughes are back in the squad this week. Guehi's had surgery, so he's going to be out for an extended period, but Eze is back. Liverpool news, Darwin Nunez and Szoboszlai return to training and they're both in contention for this game week. Endo and Robertson also rejoined training. Salah, Alisson and Trent are ruled out for this game week, so no Salah for game week 27. And the last bit of news, Grealish is out for City after limping off in the FA Cup. Other than that, it looks like a clean bill of health for Guardiola. So just Grealish out. And that is the news roundup. Foden or Maddison? If that's who to start, I'd say Foden. If it's who to buy, Maddison. Palmer or Gordon? That one's really 50-50, but I'd say Palmer. Best keeper to bring in? I think right now it's got to be Neto. because he's got Bournemouth. He's got Burnley this week, and then he's got the double. But obviously, it depends on your chip strategy. Because if you're not free hitting in 29, then you need someone that plays there, which means Kaminsky would then be the best option. But Kaminsky's not got a great fixture this week against Villa. But he does double in 28 and he plays in 29. So it's kind of dependent right now. I think we're all going down different routes, in terms of chip strategy. Some people are free hitting in 29, some people are building towards. Let's stick a poll up on that actually. I'm interested to know how many are going to free hit 29. Are you free hitting game week 29? Yes or no? And we'll add one for used it already, because I know some people did. I've had a few comments this week where people said they'd used it like last week and earlier in the season. So get your votes in on that. There's a hair in the corner of my eye and it's really annoying me. Start Gross or Gordon? I'd say Gordon. I mean, he's got an unreal record at home. Look at his record at home this season. So he got an assist there, 10 points there, 5 points, 5 points, 8 points, 7 points, 13 points, 10 points, 6 points. I mean, he barely blanks at home. He blanked against Forest, scored against City. One blank all season. That's mad. I didn't realise it was that good. Yeah, he's blanked once all season at home, Gordon. So, yeah, Gordon. Nova says, keep or sell Hwang to Palmer or other at a similar price. Yeah, I think if you're selling Hwang and you haven't got Palmer, I think it's just such an obvious move this week. So, yeah, I'd go Hwang to Palmer. That's what I'm doing. So I did look at going Richarlison to Palmer, and it's basically the same, but Richarlison should be back game week 30, and that's Luton home. Whereas Hwang, assuming he's back then, he'll have Villa away. So for me, it just makes sense to sell Hwang, because that'd be a nice fixture for Richarlison if he's back. I saw he was called up for international duty as well, so based on that, like, it sounds like he'll be back straight after the international break, which I think is game week 30, isn't it? Yeah, so game week 29, we've got the blank game week 29, international break, so no football that weekend in between, besides the internationals, and then game week 30, hopefully Richarlison's back for that. Jordan Ayew for the win. Have you actually got Ayew? Fair play. I've got him on draft, or I think I did, but I wavered him out. Does anyone play draft here? Or has played it before? No, I don't think we've had any leaks. I'll keep an eye out. I'm refreshing in the background all the time, but no, nothing. We've got a predicted lineup from the Anfield talk, if you want to see that. It does have Darwin starting here. So they've got Keller in goal. They've gone Tsimikas. Interesting. Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley, Clark, McAllister, Elliott, Diaz, Nunez, and Gakpo. That's a predicted lineup from Anfield talk. So they've got Nunez back in the 11. Leon plays. Yeah, if you find like a good group to play draft with, it's a really good game mode. Joe reckons Haaland's not going to get more than one goal. Watkins is going to get a hat-trick. I mean, you know what? What was the score when Luton played City? Was it like 6-2 or something? Could happen. I mean, there's a lot of good options this week for captaincy. We'll stick a captain poll up in a minute to see how it's looking. I mean, I'd imagine Haaland's going to be top. But Saka's great, Watkins is good, Son's good. There's a lot of options. If Solanke was fully fit and there's no doubts over him, even he's a good shout against Burnley. Rashford captain differential. I wouldn't captain Rashford against United. I say that, he's going to get a double-digit haul now, isn't he? But no, I wouldn't do that. That's a bit rogue. That's a bit too differential. If you want to go differential, Son, Saka, I mean, they're quite highly owned, especially Saka, but relative to Haaland's ownership and captaincy, they're kind of differentials in that sense. Casper says he's only got 3 players for Game Week 29. Is it better to free hit or wildcard? I think you have to reassess that next week. I think wildcard 28 looks good, using it next week. But there's going to be a double in 34 and 37. I've actually got Ben Kralin's fixture chart here. And this is the fixture ticker from here to the very end of the season. So we've got the double in 28 there. We've got the blank in 29. And then the rest here, you can see is colour-coded it. That's the key at the top. So likely doubles, unlikely. And obviously the downside to wildcarding this early is you're not going to be able to fully prepare for these doubles. Whereas I think some people will use it at like 31 to prepare for 34. Some are going to use it in 35 to prepare for the double in 37. There might be one in between. And he's got Bournemouth, Palace, Everton and Tottenham. Sorry, Sheffield United. So Bournemouth, Palace, Everton and Sheffield United. Likely double game week 34 for them. And then you can see there's a few unlikely ones. And then we've got the massive double game week 37. We could have back-to-back doubles for Chelsea as well. So Palmer's going to be essential for that, isn't he? I'm not sure he'll start all 4. He could do. So yeah, that's Ben's current assessment of the upcoming fixtures. The doubles in particular. I think I missed a super chat. Who was it? It was Akshay. He says he's got Dubravka, Areola, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Taylor Walker, Lascelles, Foden, Gordon, Saka, Palmer, Neto, Watkins, Haaland, Tony. Either roll or Walker and Neto out for Zabanya and Son. Yeah, I would do that. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I would do that. Even for a -4. Because you're buying a Bournemouth player that doubles in 28. You're buying Son, who's got nice fixtures. Plays in 29 if you're not free hitting it. I think those two moves make perfect sense, yeah. Dylan, thanks for the super chat. We've stopped doing IDs now. I've got it in the pinned message because once I start doing one ID, I end up getting stuck doing IDs the whole stream. So apologies for that, Dylan. But if anyone wants me to do like rate your team or whatever, just put it in the message and I'll do it that way. Like Akshay. Janega, thanks for the super chat. He says start 2 out of Doughty, Cash, Brandthwaite and Regulon. I fancy Luton to concede if I'm honest. I'd start Cash and then it's Brandthwaite or Regulon. Brentford have got Chelsea. I think I'd start Brandthwaite, you know. Cash and Brandthwaite. I mean, those are all really close to be honest, but I'd start those two. Cash and Brandthwaite. Start Darwin or Tony? I'd start Tony just because we know he's going to start, whereas Darwin's not guaranteed. I don't know if I'll get messaged anything during the stream. There's a guy who normally sends me Liverpool stuff and I just tweet it straight away, but I haven't heard from him for a few days. Shall I message him now in case he's got anything on Darwin? I don't know if he'll know if Darwin starts. I'll ask. I've asked, do you know if Darwin starts? I don't know if he tends to know starting the lineups. He just knows if players are out or not and that sort of thing. How does draft work? It's a separate game mode, and each player can only be owned by one manager. So if you get like 5 of you in a league together, you take it in turns picking a player. So the first player goes Haaland, and then no one else can have Haaland. So then the next person might be like, okay, I'll have Salah, and then the third person's like, I'll have Saka. So it's really good because every player is owned by one manager, and then you play each other like every week. When he gets 3 points, draw is 1 point. I'm just about top of our draft league at the moment. And obviously you can make free signings every week. Like there's no free transfers. You can just get players in and out as much as you want. It's good fun if you can find a good group to play it with. Connor says Foden and Estupinian to son of Bradley from -4. Start Bradley over Botman. Can you afford someone like Zabanya, Connor? I'd much rather have him. If you can afford that. I don't think I would do. Problem with Bradley is like he might get 2 game weeks, 3 game weeks. I'm not sure what Trent's timeline's like. So I'd much rather have someone like Zabanya or Senesi with a nice fixture this week, plus a double in 28. You're on 1,617 points. How many am I on? Are you ahead of me? Oh, you're on the same as me. Fair play. Same rank. I should be giving you bad advice then, shouldn't I? So I can overtake you. No, yeah, I'd rather have a Bournemouth defender. Dave says, how's your finger? It's alright now. It seems to have stopped bleeding pretty much. Look at this. I've got it wrapped up here. I've got like plasters as well on the side, but I think if I take this off, it'll start leaking again. Pretty bad. I actually cut that my thumb as well, but not as badly. Yeah, I can't believe that. I'll have to eat later. I've not eaten. I was like, I'll have a quick baguette before the stream. Here's the culprit. Bloody baguette. Defeated by the baguette. FPL finger. Yeah, Pal's no longer yellow flagged. Yeah. Emery's going to make a decision on him. And Consa. That was the villain news there. So Consa and Pau Torres are both named in the squad. I'm not sure if either comes straight back in. We could see Longley in centre back again, perhaps. Maybe Consa right centre back, so Cash starts again. That's commitment. That is commitment. First thing I thought of was the stream when it happened. Even though there was like blood everywhere. I was like, oh god, what about the stream? I've got to go live in 10 minutes. I hate losing to bread. I mean, hopefully that's not a sign of the game week I'm about to have. So I'm gonna make 2 transfers this week. So I'm gonna go. Sorry, what is it? No, it's Richarlison to Palmer. I don't know why I said Wang. And then it's Son, Foden to Son. So those will be the 2 moves I make. I'll have 0.9 mil in the bank. I'll lock it in a bit closer to the deadline, just in case there's any other news. Maka says priorities, Oscar. No, literally priorities. Dedication. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. So, you know, subscribe if you appreciate the dedication. And by the way, at 200,000 subscribers, I'm going to get the Focal logo tattooed. So if you want to be a part of that, you can subscribe for free to make me get the Focal logo tattooed. Current rover rank is 4K. My head says Captain Haaland. My heart says Son and attack the game week. I've got Ake and Foden as well for City coverage. Should I listen to my heart? It's really close this week. Like, I think if you've got a gut feeling about a player, it is close. This is the projected points. It's Haaland, then Saka, and then Son. There's not much between them. And obviously, as we said earlier, Richarlison's out, so Son's going to be playing as the striker now. Palace still without Guehi. It's difficult to assess it. Like, there could be a new manager bounce there. We expected them to beat Burnley last week anyway, but yeah, it depends how you want to play. Like, if that comes off, you know, you could be 1K, top 1K by the end of the game week. I personally think Haaland, and my vice is Saka, but sometimes you have to go with your gut in FPL, don't you? Janega says start Kelleher or Neto this week. I'm also on 1,617 points. Wait, did I just get 2 messages mixed up? Yeah, I did. Keller or Neto? I think Neto. I'd start Neto. Pretty close, but I'd say Neto between the 2 there. Solanke or Morris? Solanke. Garnacho or Solanke? Solanke. Is Robertson starting? Well, that predicted lineup just now, interestingly, had Tsimikas left back, but Robertson is training, so I mean, I'd expect Robertson to start, but that predicted lineup didn't have him starting. Get some minutes in Robertson's legs before they play against City next weekend. So the poll was: are you free hitting in Gameweek 29? Exactly 60% are, 32% aren't, and 8% have used it already. Let's follow that up with a captain poll then. It's hard to type with this around my finger. Who's your captain for Gameweek 27? Haaland, Son, Saka, and other. We'll have to go. I'll put message in chat. So if you write other, message your other in chat. Son or Madders? It's got to be Son. Got to be Son. Madders is a great pick, don't get me wrong. If I was on a wildcard, I might even have him if I wasn't going to free hit in 29. But it's got to be Son. Captain Palmer for Mr. Health. Jonathan's on Watkins captain. Darwin news. Darwin is in training. I think he starts, if I'm honest. I think Darwin starts. The news is that he is in training. That's all we've got. And I think he starts myself. James wants to back Watkins for captain. Canam's also on Watkins. Yeah, I don't hate Watkins captain at all. I mean, he just conceded 6 to City, but obviously that was City. You know what's annoying? Do you remember early in the season, Haaland missed Luton away with that injury that no one knew about. And then on the insider trading, we saw that Haaland's whole family sold him because they had the news of the injury, which wasn't public knowledge. Imagine what he would have done that week. Max is, are you expecting any Spurs leaks? It's unlikely. We'll get like a predicted lineup probably. Paul O'Keefe's good for predicted lineups. I think it's going to be fairly predictable. It'll be Emerson and right back because Porrid's not available. I think Udogie and left back. I guess the front three would be Werner, Son, and then Kulusevski or Johnson. Dunk or Saliba? I've got Gabriel and Senesi. I'd say Saliba. I think the double up's great. Most people have got one, so I think two's good because then you gain more off those Arsenal clean sheets. So yeah, Saliba. Gordon or Neto? Gordon. Son or Douglas Luiz? Son. Foden or Maddison? Foden. Gusto or Senesi? Senesi. Ake to Saliba? Yeah, I like that. That's a good move. I mean, Arsenal top of the clean sheet odds this week, so it's probably some of the highest clean sheet odds they'll have all season, so it's kind of a perfect entry point if you want to get an Arsenal defender. Start Solanke or Gordon? Oh, that's a difficult one. I mean, maybe Solanke's minutes are managed, so I'd just start Gordon there. Let's have a look at these scout selections, see what they've gone for. Let us know in chat, how many players have you got from the scout this week? They've got Kelleher in goal. And by the way, in case you missed it, Alisson expected to be out for quite a while. So Kelleher, 3.7 mil. Interesting one if you're on a wild card or you're looking at a keeper transfer. They've got Trippier, Gabriel, Senesi. They've got Son, Saka, Foden, Luis Diaz and Gordon. And then they've got Haaland, Captain and Watkins. Did I miss a super chat? No, I didn't. No, I'm caught up there. So Dylan said, should I sub Douglas Luiz for Gordon and Van Dijk to Trippier? I wouldn't sell Van Dijk to Trippier, personally, and I don't think I'd sell Douglas Luiz. If that's who to start, I'd start Gordon, and yeah, I'd start Trippier. If you mean who to start, then yeah, I'd start Gordon Trippier. Bowen or Palmer? I'd say Palmer. So how many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 for me. You got 7, 6. Soggy Bandana. What is that for a username? You got 6 as well. Yeah. I mean, it pretty much picks itself this week, doesn't it? Luis Diaz is a bit of a rogue pick. I did see a leak just now that he starts, so that's, let me find that. If anyone's got Luis Diaz, I don't know if people have still got him, but it's from Anfield Insight. It's quite a new in the know account, but they have been reliable. I mean, it's kind of predictable, isn't it, that he starts? But yeah, Luis Diaz starts, Anfield Insight. But I'll keep refreshing in the background in case there's any more news. Let me pull that back up. Right. Daniel, thanks for becoming an FPL Focal member. Thanks for that. Daniel Potcherov. Thanks for that. Thanks for the support. If anyone else wants to become a member, it's the join button below the stream, or there's a link in the description. You get a little badge by your name, loyalty badge in the streams and comments. There's the Members League. There's a private channel on Discord. So yeah, and it supports the channel. So if you're interested, that's how to become a member. FPL Tony time. Maybe. Did City play today? I've actually forgotten if it's today. It's tomorrow, isn't it? I don't know if he'll say anything this early. I mean, it's well over a day before the game. But maybe. I've got notifications on, so... I've just got a DM. Oh, interesting. I might have just been sent the Liverpool lineup. No, I don't know. They're not sure though, so I don't know if I'll read it out, but they're not sure on it. They said Kelleher, Robertson, Kanate, Van Dijk, Bradley, Clark, McAllister, Endo, Elliott, Diaz and Nunez. So yeah, it was like that one earlier, but with Robertson over Tsimikas. Sound is really low, is it? Can you hear me? Hello, 1, 2, 3. It looks alright on the meter. Do I need to turn it up a bit? Or you mean the music's low? Do I need to turn it up? How do I turn it up? Is it that one? Test, test, test. No, it's not that. Test, test. Oh, you can hear it. Maybe I was too far away from the mic. Sound is perfect. Okay. I think someone's got their volume too low. You need to turn your volume up, mate. Is Trossard nailed? Definitely not nailed, no. I think he probably starts against Sheffield United, but he's not nailed. Especially once Jesus is back. We could see Havertz playing alongside Odegaard, Martinelli left wing, Jesus up top, Saka right, so no Trossard. But for now, yeah, he should start, but I wouldn't transfer him in. Well, he's a good pick on draft again, talking about draft. I think Nunez starts, yeah. I said earlier I think he does. I sent a lineup just now, but they weren't 100% on it, so but they had Nunez starting. Any benching predicted for Arsenal? I mean, he might rotate a bit, but I'd be surprised. I'm not sure if Zinchenko's back yet. I think he's close. I think it's going to be a fairly predictable lineup. I think I've stopped bleeding now. I'll put a plaster on after the stream. I don't know if I should do it now in case it starts bleeding again. Deary me. Oh yeah, captain poll. So, 68% Haaland, 22% Saka, 7% Son, and 3% other. There we go. Yeah, based on the rumours that are going around, it looks like Solanke will start. I was considering Estupinian to Senesi from -4, but yeah, based on the rumours, which I'm just going to trust are right, I'm going to leave it as it is. I mean, Estupinian might start. It really depends on Lamptey. Lamptey missed the midweek game in the FA Cup, but apparently he is fit and in the squad. Trini Godless Youth, thanks for the super chat, says, hey Oscar, greetings all the way from Trinidad. KDB or Son? If I had to pick between the two, it'd be Son for sure. But yeah, I imagine KDB starts. Manchester derby. He got 4 assists midweek, but Son's got better fixtures. Son's got Palace, Villa, Fulham, Luton, whereas De Bruyne's got Man United, Liverpool, blank Arsenal. So I think Son. Oh, just dropped my phone. The Liverpool guy said he's not heard anything on Nunez starting, so don't know about that one. But yeah, the lineup I was just sent had a minute, so looks good for Nunez owners. If anyone's still got him. Josh is on Saka captain. Onsker says, why Richarlison over Hwang to Palmer? It's because I want to do 2 moves. I want to get Son as well. This one really could backfire. Like, make no mistake, this is a risky move, but I'm gonna do Foden to Son, and I've only got 0.9 mil, so I can't afford it if I sell Palmer. I'll only have 5.1 mil. If it was Gameweek 1, perfectly fine when Palmer was 5 mil, but I can't afford it now, so it has to be Richarlison. Annoyingly, it's the only way I can fund it. And I just looked at this side by side. Like, Foden's got United, Liverpool. The blank is irrelevant because I'm going to free hit, and then Arsenal. Whereas Son's got Palace, Villa, and then Luton. And I just looked at Gameweek 30 and I thought, I'll definitely captain the Son that week. And I think he'll be the most captain player. So it just makes sense to get him now, because otherwise I'm not going to buy him in Gameweek 30 and then sell him straight away for Salah, because Salah's got Sheffield United home in Gameweek 31. I'm in love with your voice. Thanks very much. Appreciate the comments about my voice. So that's why I'm doing it. It could obviously backfire. Like, Foden's been class this season, And in the same fixture last season, he got a hat-trick against United. So that, yeah, I'm going to be sweating a bit. But at least I'll know by about 5 PM UK time today whether that was a good call or not. Or maybe I won't. It might be close. They might score similarly. But yes, Spurs play at 3 o'clock, so we'll see what he does. Is it important to start Bowen or having him on the bench? Fine. Depends on who you're starting ahead of him, really. It's just always like A versus B. You know, if I had Palmer and Bowen, then I would start Palmer and bench Bowen, for example. It's just who's better, basically. Sometimes you have to bench good players. Oh, am I missing Super Chat? Sorry, getting carried away. Where did I get to? No, I did do it, yeah. So I did your Onskers. And the KDB or Sun one, I said Sun. Spurs could draw this game. Well, if they do, hopefully it's 4-4 with a Sun hat-trick in there. Foden to Sun, is it worth it? I mean, I'm doing it. It is risky, though. I just think I'd rather have Sun when I look at the fixtures side by side. Mr. F says he's tripled up on City with Haaland, Foden and Ake. It makes me uncomfortable. Would you bench Foden for Son? Got Stupinian on the bench. I mean, I'd rather start Son over Foden, but yeah. I assume you can't bench Ake. So I'd rather start Son over Foden, yeah. Is there no one else you can bench there? Oh yeah, if I had to pick between them, I'd rather start Son. I mean, pulling up their projected points again, they've got Son in third, 6.8. Foden's on 5.4, so the projections favour Son this week. Malbert, thanks for becoming an FPL member as well. Thanks very much, Malbert. Thank you, Jack, for the super chat as well. Thanks for the support. Johnny says, let's go focal. Let's go, Johnny. This stream is a bit of a nightmare. For those joining late, I cut my finger really bad, like down to the bone. Like it was honestly bad. It was like a flap hanging off, and it was bleeding everywhere. If you're squeamish, do not look at my latest tweets just before I went live. And it happened literally 10 minutes before I was going live, so I had to patch myself up. I'm actually losing sensation in my finger. I think this elastic band's too tight. Ah! Alright, I'm just going to leave it. Dylan says, love from Australia, Solanke or Douglas Luiz? I think Solanke. I think he starts. Based on the rumours anyway. Based on what's going around. A few people on Twitter are saying like they've been told Solanke's fine. And they do train today as well, so he's got an extra day recovery. Jay says, #1 best content on YouTube. Thanks very much. Appreciate that, Jay. Yeah, I've got an elastic band around a tissue just to like hold it down for pressure. Should I check if it stopped bleeding? Oh my god. Fucking hell. Give me a second. Oh, it looks so much worse now. Holy. Shouldn't have taken that off. Oh my days. This is really bad. I've gone red just looking at that. Oh my god. Right. Jack says start Palmer and Taylor or Douglas Luiz and Reguilon. I'll start Palmer, Taylor and Reguilon. Can you not start Palmer and Reguilon? I know what you're saying. Like you've got Palmer against Reguilon, but I'd start Reguilon and Palmer. I don't think you get much from Reguilon or Taylor, but I'd rather start Reguilon. He's got a lot more attacking threat. Like he takes some set pieces and corners. Goose says Gordon, Palmer or Foden and Gusto or Bradley. Gordon, Palmer or Foden and Gusto. Yeah, I'd rather Gordon and Palmer, Goose. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, Gordon and Palmer there. Joe says get yourself the walk-in to get stitched up. But before that, who's the best Estupinian replacement? If I was replacing Estupinian, I would buy a Bournemouth defender. And if it was this week, I would probably go for Zabarnyi just to be safe, because Senesi's 2 yellows away from a 2-match suspension. It just feels like a bit of a ticking time bomb when he gets those, because he loves a yellow card. So I would say Zabarnyi. Really nice double in 28. I can't put a plaster on it. It's not even like I can't yet. I will sort it after the stream. I can't just abandon the stream. I'm fine. I'll be alright. How are we doing, N-Shock? I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out after the stream. I promise. Red flagged. I don't need to go hospital. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't need to go hospital. I'll put a plaster on it after the stream. I just can't do it now. I can't deal with that right now. I just got to put it off for an hour and a half. Got to stay dedicated to the deadline stream. Clean sheet odds. Yeah, let's have a look at those. These are clean sheet odds. Arsenal top 51% chance. City 42. Then Tottenham, Liverpool. Everton, Sheffield United 7%. United 8.5%. You need stitches. Could you see it? I don't think I do. I don't think I need stitches. I think they would just glue it, but I'm just going to put a plaster on it. Oscar for MVP. Man never backs down. He can't back out of a deadline stream. Mr. F says, that's dedications, Oscar. Please treat soon. I will. I promise. Literally, as soon as the stream finishes, I'll wrap it up. I'll put a plaster on it and sort it out. It was just the worst possible timing to happen literally before going live. John wants to know if the predicted points are an accurate metric. Let's do a poll if people use them or not. Because I use them every week to help guide my transfers. And obviously I use them in the Who to Buy series. I think the way you're going wrong, John, I know you've been tracking what FPL Review says and what actually happens is, the problem is football's so random, like no one's going to say this is what exactly happens. Like Haaland was projected to do really good in the double game week and a lot of people captained him. And in the end he got 1 goal, didn't he? So he got 10 points. That doesn't mean like it's a bad metric because they expected him to do well for home double. Football's just so random that it's very hard to predict the randomness that is football. But yeah, a lot of top all-time managers use them, you know, to help guide their moves. And I use them every week. It's really useful for stuff like captaincy as well. But yeah, they're never going to be like exactly right. That's never ever going to happen. It doesn't matter how good these websites and algorithms get, because football's just random. But you can look at underlying data in recent weeks, which is what projected points are an extension of. So if a player's putting up 1 XG every game for the last 5 game weeks and they've got Sheffield United at home, then they're going to be projected to do well. That's just how it works. It's an extension of expected data, which is what all football clubs use. Football clubs use expected data, and the projected points is just an extension of that for FPL purposes. But 37% do use them, 63% don't. Averall, thanks for the super chat. He says, would you do Hwang to Bailey or Louise or Palmer this week? If yes, who would you prefer out of the three? I'm on free hit 29. I've got the wildcard left as well. I prefer Palmer out of the 3 if you're on free hit 29, yeah. And I would do that move, yeah. Hwang to Palmer. Nick says bench Gordon or Douglas Luiz. I'd rather bench Douglas Luiz. We were talking about Gordon earlier, and he's blanked once at home all season. So I'd rather start Gordon. And I think Isak's back as well, which is good for Gordon, because Gordon's best position is on the left. Fabio says, hi Oscar, is Kyrgios a safe option? I can't fund Saliba. Not a safe option, no. His competition is Zinchenko, who I think is almost back from injury, so no, not safe. So yeah, I'd avoid Kyrgios. Like, he'd be alright for starts for now, but he's not guaranteed to keep starting. So if you can't get him, I wouldn't. If you can't get to Saliba or someone like that, I just wouldn't go there at all. It's Gabriel Saliba for me. Even White's not safe. How we doing, Sonny? Ash, thanks for the £5 super chat. There's no message on that one, but thank you, Ash. Appreciate that. Thanks very much. Michael says, start Doughty, Gusto or Senesi. Is Trippier worth keeping? The plan is to bench him in 28 and free hit in 29. The fixtures after that are decent. Yeah, that's true. It's crazy how much Newcastle's defence has fallen off. Last season, they were just one of the top defences in the league, and this season they're like third bottom or something like that. Start Doughty, Gusto or Senesi. I definitely want to start Doughty, so it's Gusto or Senesi. Very close, that one. I suppose Gusto, given like Brentford are missing lots of defenders, I think I'd actually start Gusto. If you've got Gusto or Senesi, after thinking about it, I'd say Gusto, but it's very close. I think, let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. I imagine, so yeah, so Bournemouth 29%, Chelsea 25%, but Gusto's got a lot more attacking threat, so I think it makes sense to start Gusto there. Is Trippier worth keeping? I know what you mean. He has got good fixtures, so, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes good again, like given those fixtures. It really depends if there's players you don't have that you could sell him to enable, if you see what I mean. Like, let's say you've got Trippier and Hee-chan, and you could go Trippier to Senesi and Hwang to Son. Like that, in those scenarios, like it's worth selling him. But yeah, you can keep him for now. It's a good fixture this week. See how you look in 28. Connor says start Doughty and Botman or start Ariel and Dubravka. I don't see Botman getting much, so I'd start Doughty and I'd start Dubravka. Doughty and Dubravka. And then you're not totally like all in on Newcastle clean sheet as well. W. Leakey says, how does Trippier to Senesi and Garnacho to Son sound? Good luck, Focal. Yeah, I think that sounds great. In fact, that's exactly what I was just saying to Michael's question. If you can downgrade Trippier to someone like Senesi or Zabanye and upgrade Garnacho to Son, that's just, yeah, that's a great pair of moves. Definitely do that. I would do that. Amy Pan says, you've got Louise, Foden, Saka, Palmer, Hwang. Hang on. Louise, Foden, Saka and Palmer and Hwang to Gordon or Bailey. Or hold him and Porry to any Villa defender. And thanks for the Louise punt last week. No worries. I'm glad that came off, Amy. Hwang to Gordon or Bailey. Yeah, I like Hwang to Gordon. I mean, like we were saying, Newcastle have still got really nice fixtures. And I assume you're going to free hit in 29. Otherwise, it has to be Bailey or Douglas Luiz. But you've got him. I imagine you're going to free hit in 29, though, with that midfield. So, yeah, I'd say Gordon. Yeah, Gordon. Could Hwang be back for 28? At the moment, there's no timeline on his return, unfortunately. Sorry, I forgot to take it off. O'Neill said Hwang's out for this weekend's game. No time frame on his return yet. Saka captain over Haaland. Yeah, I like Saka captain. I mean, he's the most informed player in the league right now, and he's playing against the worst team in the league. Senor Lump says, love you, Oscar. Have a good game week. Thanks very much. You too. Martinelli or Douglas Luiz? I'd say Martinelli. Better fixture. Who would you choose, Foden or KDB, just for this game week? Just for this game week, I suppose KDB. Peter says, who would you start, Tony or Palmer? Also, get well soon. Thanks, Peter. Tony or Palmer? I think Palmer. I think I'd rather start Palmer. I mean, they're both on pens. Brentford just look very vulnerable right now. Kyle, this is a great question. Love this. I love a different question once in a while. Kyle says, you're stuck in a lift for 72 hours. What Premier League manager would you want to be stuck with? I'll relay that one back to you guys as well. If you were stuck in an elevator with a Premier League manager for 72 hours, who would it be? It would be Pep or Klopp, I think. Or would it be Arteta? No, I'd have to go Arteta. But that's just Arsenal bias, I think. They're just such... They're quite unusual guys, aren't they, like Pep and Klopp? I mean, I think most managers are. It has to be a current Premier League manager, though. Dyche would be great. I mean, he'd be good company for 72 hours. Yeah, I think Pep would drive you mad. But yeah, you'd imagine the football chats you'd have stuck in a lift with a Premier League manager for 3 days. Thomas Frank's a good shout, yeah. Edwards, yeah. Company, yeah, fair play. Deserby, because he's young. Yeah, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche seems to be the most popular one. Klopp every day. Ange, yeah, no one said Ange. Like, surely Ange would be a good company, wouldn't he? Van Dijk starts. What else? I think that's it. Van Dijk and Luiz start. That's all we've been told. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much expected, wasn't it? Will we get Stupinian news? I don't know if we will. I don't know if there's any Brighton leaks, actually. Dash, because he'd find a way out. That's a great shout. That's a good answer, yeah. Yeah. He would avoid the drop. No leaks, really. Just like Luis Diaz starts and Van Dijk starts, according to Anfield Insight. Pretty predictable starts, really, aren't they? But that's it at the moment. Right, guesses in the chat. The last game week, it was Bowen with his 20 points, top scorer of Gameweek 26. Get your guesses in. Who's going to be the top scorer of Gameweek 27? And if you're on Discord, then don't forget to get your guess in on the channel. We've got a game for that. If anyone's not in the Discord, I'll chuck the link in chat as well. We've got like 13,000 members. I think it's the biggest FPL Discord. There's 13,000 members, so if you want to join, there's the link. Although I've put that at the wrong possible time because everyone's getting their guesses in. Martinelli hat-trick, says Matthew. Saka, Son, De Bruyne, Haaland, Watkins, Foden, Isak. Isak's an interesting shout. There's no way it's Dubravka. Definitely not Maguire, he's injured. Darwin news. Darwin trained. He's in the predicted lineup, so it sounds like he's going to be in line for a start based on that. I was kind of surprised he wasn't in the FA Cup midweek. Did you guys see his celebration when they won the League Cup final? Didn't look injured to me. Dan's. I don't know if Dan's will start. That is a left field shout by Tom. Ederson to score a hattie. Havertz. Havertz is actually a nice shout as well. Yeah, I like the Havertz shout. Reece James. I'd like if it was Palmer, yeah. I don't know if anyone got Bowen last week, but if you did, then well done for that shout. What an end to the game that was for the Bowen owners. Ishan says Son, because that's who he's got captained. Rashford? I don't see Rashford. What was the music with the line this was supposed to be dance music? That was Boxer Meet Canvas by Wilding. That's actually my cousin's song, that one. That's my cousin's music, that particular song. FCH Sean with the 5 gifted. Thanks very much for that, Sean. Let's have the focal thumb emojis in the chat, and if you got one of those from Sean, make sure you thank him. Thanks for that, Sean. James got one. S-Bam got one. Lion Pedersen, AB and Reaper got one. Thanks very much for that, Sean. Thanks for the support, and welcome to the new members. If any of the members are on Discord, then make sure you link your YouTube account, because you'll automatically get access to the members channel with all the other members. What are the transfer plans? So I'm looking to go Richarlison to Palmer and Foden to Son for -4. How we doing, Benji? Welcome to the stream. Maxence Burley says, looking to get Son in. Should I sell Foden or Bowen? I'm planning on free hitting a game at 29. That's very close, that one. I think I'd rather sell Bowen, you know. Yeah, I think Bowen. Very close, that one. Like, Foden's got bad fixtures, but it's a nice fixture this week, home to United. I think I'd rather sell Bowen, which sounds mad though after a hat-trick, so maybe I'm wrong on that. Zach reckons Foden easy sell. El Padrino in the chat, welcome. El Padrino is one of my first ever viewers when I started my channel. It's good to see him still swinging by on streams. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Bowen. It's quite close, that one though. Jeffrey says, hi Oscar, keep Senesi or Konsa on the wildcard. I would have Senesi on the wildcard, definitely. I mean, Senesi or Zabanye. Senesi's a slightly risky one. As we said earlier, he's on 8 yellow cards, so if he gets 2 more, he'll be suspended for 2 games. And in my case, I'm looking to buy a Bournemouth defender next week, so I might get him next week if he avoids the yellow. Because in Gameweek 30, Arsenal have got City, so I can't start Saliba or Gabriel. So I'll start Van Dijk against Brighton, Porro against Luton, and I'll need that Bournemouth defender to play because they've got Everton home. So I'm going to assess that one next week. Obviously, it's slightly riskier this week because you don't know what's going to happen this weekend. Like, if he gets booked this weekend, all he needs is 1 more, 1 yellow in the double game week, and he'll miss Gameweek 30. So Senesi's good though. If you want to go safe as Zabanye, but he's less attacking basically. But he's nailed as well. So yeah, I'm going to decide that one next week. But yeah, I definitely would have a Bournemouth defender. On a wildcard, I'd have Neto as well. I'd have Neto, Senesi or Zabanye and Solanke. Go all in double in 29. Oblivious says, hi Focal, loving the stream. Huang to Son this game, it was 7 players for 29. I'm still not sure about the free hit. What's the minimum players you take without free hitting a 29? I honestly think if you can get, so you could get to 9 with a minus 4, right? Or for free. I think honestly, if you can do that and you cover all the main players, so you've got like Watkins, you've got Son, which I would do by the way. I would do Huang to Son. If you can cover all those key players, maybe like Pedro Porro, someone like that. There's others that I'm missing. Maybe Douglas Luiz, Bowen perhaps. If you can get there with a minus 4, maybe a minus 8, then I'd save it. But in my case, I've got barely any, especially now Richarlison's injured. So maybe 9. Like, it's okay putting out less than 11 if you can cover the key players. You might even get a green. Callum says, Bailey or Cooley this week? I'm not free hitting a 29. I'd rather Bailey. But I think there's other mids I'd rather have, like Gordon, Palmer, than Bailey. But yeah, I'd say Bailey between those two. Just because Cooley, like, maybe he's got Johnson competing, you know, for the right wing spot. Maybe not. Johnson could play left wing, but I'd rather Bailey. Bailey's not nailed either, of course. That's why I quite like Gordon and Palmer, because they are. And Palmer's on pens. Wacker24 says, I've got a lot of unsure players. He's got Powell, KDB, Ake, Darwin, Huang and Richarlison. Thoughts on Richarlison to Maddison, Louise or Bowen? Or Darwin to Solanke, or KDB to Son? I think if you've got that many players out, I mean, KDB's fine. I think he starts. I know Powell's 50-50. I'd rather get rid of Huang and Richarlison, focus on that first. I don't know if I'd sell Darwin this week to Solanke, because Solanke's flagged, and I think Darwin starts. So yeah, I'd rather sell Richarlison. Depends what you're doing in Gameweek 29, but I think Luiz and Bowen are great picks regardless. If you don't have Palmer or Gordon, I prefer them. If you're free hitting in 29, because obviously they'll blank them. But they've got nice fixtures either side of that blank. Oh, sorry, Moema. He says play a Stupinian Taylor, or play a Stupinian Taylor or a Stupinian Zabani minus 4. I'd take the minus 4. Just get ahead of the curve. You might not get a clean sheet off Zabani this week, but he's got a good chance of it. And you're going to have him. You're going to be happy to have him for the double in 28. So I think I would just do that. Get ahead of the curve. Like, Stupinian. What a terrible pick he's been. He was so good for a while, and then he just... I don't know if he's lost his confidence or what it is, but... He started, what, 1 in the last 5? And that was a 1-pointer anyway. 0-pointer against Tottenham. FPL Machine says, I'm thinking of doing Hwang and Walker to Senesi for a -4, or Bowen to Son and Darwin to Solanke for a -4. You're free hitting a 29. Hang on. Hwang and Walker to Senesi for a -4. Well, who are you selling Hwang for? Do you mean Hwang to Bowen, Walker to Senesi -4? I think that's a good pair of moves. Yeah, I would do that. Or you can do Bowen to Son. I do really like Son. It's kind of hard to divide them though, because you're getting rid of Walker for a double game week player. I think the first one might be better. Yeah, I'd sell Hwang and Walker, get Senesi. Fantasy Football Chronicles says, speedy recovery, mate. Would you wildcard with this team? Only one free transfer and nothing in the bank. Thanks for the super chat. We're not doing IDs anymore. I've got a pinned message about it. The reason being, because I used to do them, but I ended up spending the whole stream just doing IDs, so it ended up taking up the whole stream. So apologies for that. But in terms of wildcarding this week, I think, yeah, it's team dependent. If you've got a lot of players out and you're missing players that, you know, if there's an opportunity to get triple Bournemouth, get someone like Son, then you can definitely make the case this week. I don't know if Flandy's still here, but I know he's on a wild card this week. Yavuz has got 4 injuries. Yeah, I mean, I've got 4 flags. I'm hoping Solanke's alright. It sounds like he should be. Oh, Hee-Chan to Son. Yeah, I'll do that. Do that, 100%. Hwang to Son's a great move this week. I think that's going to be a popular move. There he is, Flandy in the chat. Dan Burns starts. Is that true? Who's that come from? There was that Newcastle account, but they got caught making it up. So I think his name was Will or something, but I don't know if that's him. Spurs news. What's the Spurs news? We've got a little bit on Spurs. Richarlison's out for 2 to 3 weeks. Porro's another week away. Udogi's back in training and he could play today. That's pretty much the gist of it. So yeah, I'm not going to see Richarlison for a while. Oh yeah, like Meerkat said, NUFC will, but he's been caught guessing before. I've seen so many tweets of people like calling him out for just guessing stuff that ended up wrong. He might have a contact, like he might be right on some stuff, but it seems like he guesses as well, given he's been wrong a bit. Turge says, got KDB, Son, Saka, Palmer and Gross, bench Solanke. If I was going to bench one, obviously it'd be Gross. I think I'd start Solanke though. It's really hard to assess because we don't have much info, but there's rumours that he's trained and he'll be alright, and it's basically a knee problem that's been a problem for a while. And it was just in the last week or so it was playing up a bit more than normal. They've got training today, we know that. Based on the rumours, it sounds like he starts, so I would start Solanke. Really nice fixture against Burnley. Don't know if we'll get any news on whether Stupinian starts, to be honest. It's going to really depend on Lamptey. So Lamptey missed the midweek FA Cup game. Stupinian started. He had a pretty average game with Stupinian. Lamptey is available, but we just don't know how available he is. Like, if he's fully fit, then he probably starts, and the Stupinian doesn't. If he's like, you know, 75%, then I could see De Zerbi just giving a Stupinian the start. FPL1 says, should I do Porro to Senesi or Sabanye and Hwang to Kudus or Barkley for a hit? Or just do Porro to Bournemouth defender? It depends on the rest of your defence. Like, I don't know how I feel about selling Porro. It could just be 1 week and then he's got some nice fixtures. But yeah, if you're in a position where you don't want to sell any other defenders and you've got no one else to play, then I'd rather get Senesi and then just give it a week on Hwang and decide. Yeah, Barkley could be nice next. FPL Machine says, sorry, it was meant to be Hwang to Walker and Son to Senesi. Hang on. Yeah, Hwang and Walker to Son of Senesi, or Bowen to Darwin and Solanke to Son, both for a -4. Yeah, I'll do the first one. Yeah, I got you now. So yeah, Hwang to Son, Walker to Senesi. I would do that. Worth a -4, I would say. Udogi's trained, so he's fully fit. Yeah, he's available. Get rid of Richarlison or Hwang for Palmer? Yeah, good question. I would say Hwang. The reason being, Richarlison should be back Gameweek 30. Hwang's timescale could be similar, but we don't actually know. But in Gameweek 30, Richarlison's got Luton home, whereas Hwang's got Villa away. So I'd rather sell Hwang for Palmer. Havertz or Palmer? Palmer. Start Foden or Solanke? Foden. Braithwaite, Van Heck or Gusto? I don't think Everton have got nice fixtures, so as long as you don't need to start them, I would say Braithwaite. I think Everton is... Who have they got this week? This week's alright, I think. West Ham home. And then they've got Man United away, which isn't good. Then they blank in 29. Bournemouth away in 30. But they have a good chance of doubling in Gameweek 34, so I do think Braithwaite's a nice pick, actually. This is Ben Krellin's fixture ticker, and in Gameweek 34, he's got them as a likely double game week. Both home games against Forest and Liverpool. Probably won't get much against Liverpool, but he's got massive aerial threat, so like, I think he's a great pick, and he's only like 4.1 mil, 4.2 mil. So I like Braithwaite for that reason. They've got Burnley home as well in 32, so yeah, it depends if you need to start him or not. If not, Gusto. Mike Seals Law says Foden or De Bruyne to Saka or Son, or keep and roll the transfer. It looks like I'm going to have to free hit in 29. That is a great question. Like, do you sell Foden and De Bruyne right before they've got Manchester United home? I feel like you have to sell one for Saka though, because he's got Sheffield United and then he's got Brentford. I feel like you have to sell one of them, and if I had to pick one, it'd be Foden. That is a difficult one. Do you agree with that, guys? If you haven't got Saka, would you sell Foden for him? It's a better fixture. Like, City could have battered United. They did last season at home. I think it was like 6-2 or something. But I feel like Saka's just even better, basically. Like, they both could do well, but Saka on paper should do even better. And obviously, Gameweek 28, they're away to Liverpool, where Arsenal are home to Brentford. So I would do that move, yeah. Foden to Saka. You could make the case for doing both, but not for a -4. I think De Bruyne starts. Jedi, I would rather sell KDB. I mean, whichever way you go, I would definitely make the move for Saka. Any team news or leaks today? All we've already had is that Luis Diaz and Van Dijk start. I don't know if we'll get a bit more before the deadline. I'll keep an eye out. That's it at the moment. I mean, those are both predictable starters anyway, to be honest. City don't play till tomorrow, so it seems unlikely that we'll get anything. But if we do, I'll let you know straight away. Kulu or Maddison? I'd say Maddison. Start Neto or Kelleher? Neto. Oblivious says, start 3 of Tony, Palmer, Douglas Luiz and Foden. Ooh. I'd start Palmer. I'd start Foden. So it's Tony or Douglas Luiz. I think I'd start the striker. Start Tony. Porro's out for another week, so hopefully he'll be back Gameweek 28. No Porro this week. Areola or Dubravka? I'd say Dubravka. I appreciate all the messages about my finger as well. I'm just being tagged on Discord messages, so thanks for that if anyone's tuned into the stream. I can't reply now, but thank you. My finger's alright, it's just strapped up. I'll sort it out after the stream. It is pretty bad, I'll be honest. It is bad. I'll sort it out after the stream. We've got 40 minutes till deadline. Keep your questions coming, and thanks all for being here. If you've enjoyed this stream so far, then hit subscribe. I do these streams every deadline, and I make FPL videos during the week if you're new around here. Otto Ferdinand says start Alvarez or Barkley, Mikalenko or Aït-Nouri. Yeah, it's difficult to assess if Alvarez starts, you know, because it could be Foden and De Bruyne behind Haaland, but Foden could play on the left because Grealish is out. I think I'd rather start Alvarez, to be honest with you. Mikalenko Aït-Nouri was the other one, so Mikalenko Aït-Nouri. I suppose you'd go Mikalenko. Yeah, Mikalenko. FPL1 says Zabani or Senesi better, Porro or Maguire out. I'd rather say Maguire. In terms of Senesi versus Zabani, I actually tweeted a little comparison the other day. I'll just pull it up here. So these are the underlying numbers. There's not much between them. Senesi's best in terms of XGI this season. Zabani's worst. The problem is Senesi's on 8 yellows. If he gets 2 more, then he's going to be suspended for 2 games. So if I was buying now, I think I'd go Zabani, you know. What's this? Gomez. Someone said Gomez number 6. I don't know what that means. It's from a Liverpool account. What, starting ahead of Bradley? I'll ask. Frederick says Palmer to Maddison, Wildcard 31, free hit 34. No, this week that doesn't feel like an upgrade at all. Gomez in midfield. What the hell? Is that right? Gakpo instead of Nunez. Nunez on the bench. I've not really been sent much from this account before though, so. But they've got 85,000 followers, and they just randomly out the blue sent me the Liverpool lineup. Gomez in midfield? Surely not. Wouldn't it be Bradley in midfield? They're not 100% on it though. Oh, sorry. Did I have it on the red screen? Sorry. Apologies. I got caught up with a DM there. Hopefully we'll get something more solid before the deadline. What time did Liverpool play today? Is it a later kickoff? 3 o'clock. Yeah, we might get something then actually. Apparently there's a couple of teams going round though, so... Oh, Gomez played midfield against Southampton. Oh, interesting, okay. Sorry about the pink screen. Well, I can read it out, but they said there's a couple of lineups going around, so they're not sure. So I don't know if it feels worth reading out. I mean, they're asking me if I've been sent anything. I've not been sent anything else. So it'd be Bradley and right back. But they've got Gakpo starting ahead of Nunez. I think we'll just keep an eye out for something nearer the deadline that might come from a more reliable account, because I can't vouch for this because they just sent it out of the blue. They initially said Nunez starting, and then they said Gakpo. I'll ask someone else, because I think there are some people that have got Liverpool players, right, watching now, like Nunez. What was his handle? Let me just try and find his username. Alright, I've asked. Who's my third sub? Richarlison. I've got Richarlison and Porro on the bench, so I've only got Stupinan on the bench, basically. I still need to make my transfers, so I'm going to sell Richarlison for Palmer, and I'll do Foden to Son, so actually it'll be that. So Palmer will be in Richarlison's place, and Son will be in there for Foden. We've not had anything really on Solanke, but there was the tweet from Harry the other day that said, I'll pull it up actually because I'll just read out what he said. This is what he wrote yesterday. He said a fairly useless bit of info on Solanke, but I don't want to gatekeep. He said apparently Solanke trained okay later in the day, and he's planned to be in tomorrow's training. If all goes well, he will start, but of course he could flare up. And he said he won't get anything pre-deadline, so that's all we're going to get on him, unless someone else has info. And then FPL Schofield, just to add to the reliability of this, I've heard from a trusted friend that he trained today, so I personally think he starts. And he also caveated it quite rightly that elite athletes are generally never 100% fit. It's pretty common to play while managing some sort of niggle. So that's the latest on Solanke. So to me that points towards a start. Jovan, thanks for the super chat. Message retracted. I didn't see what it said. Victor says bench Solanke, Bowen or Douglas Luiz. Difficult one. I think I'd bench Bowen, you know. Everton away is not an easy game. So I'd say that, yeah. So Barney or Senesi, yeah, we did that one. Palmer to Madison, we did that one. HDHC says Solanke, Palmer, Foden, Douglas, Luiz, Gross. Who to start? So what, you have to bench one, do you? I think I'd bench Gross out of those five. Andreas, thanks for the super chat. Van Heck, Senesi, Powell, 8 Nori. Senesi for sure there. Virtual says, had to miss the last hour, still alive. I'm still alive. I think I'm going a bit lightheaded from blood loss. It was very bad, honestly. But yeah, I'll sort it out after the stream ends. 30 minutes till deadline, and then I'm going to wrap myself up. It was this bloody big get. It's gone a bit hard. You can hear that. I was trying to cut it, and the knife just slipped off. 10 minutes before going live. Oh, FPL Juice coming in at the worst time. Juice boy, I don't know if you missed it, but I've been defeated by the baguette. I've not eaten anything, and I wanted to have a little bit of bread and butter with cheese or something before I went live, and it's gone hard, so the knife slipped off it and went through my finger. But anyway, thanks for swinging by, and thanks for the 5 gifted. I hope you're having a good stream over there on the streamception, and I'm looking forward to the Juice tournament in a couple of weeks. I'm going to need one more player, by the way, so if anyone's good at football and wants to join Team Focal, drop me a DM on Twitter. We need someone that can play flexible, centre-back or centre-mid in a 5-a-side team. So, yeah, I've got a bit of recruiting to do because someone can't make it this time round. Yeah, thanks for the gifted memberships. Use the baguette as a bandage. That's true, I could cut out the middle and just wear the baguette. Where's my gift and I never get one? I think it gives it to whoever's active in chat. I think that's how it does it, but it's random. I don't get to pick who does it. Folk will let me hop in the team. I mean, I need one player, so anyone who's a good footballer is welcome to join us. We've got room for one more player. We've got a keeper. We've got a good centre-back. I play centre-back / centre-mid in 5-a-side, not in 11-a-side. Because I'm left-footed, so that works quite well, play on the left. But yeah, they'll be live streaming at FPL Juice, so make sure you subscribe to them as well. And they'll be streaming the whole tournament on the international break weekend, so there's something to watch if you're not watching the international footy. What's the plan today? I'm going to do, assuming you mean FPL, I'm going to do Richarlison to Palmer, Foden to Son. And then it's my mate's birthday, so I'm heading out for that after. Well, actually, I'm going to stick around for the 3 o'clock games, and then I'll go out. And then I'll join up with them. His birthday was February 29th, so he only gets one every 4 years. Any news on Solanke? Yeah, we did a Solanke segment maybe about 5 minutes ago. So just try and rewind and find that. We were looking at the tweet from Harry. I think I'd bench Douglas Luiz there, Flandy, based on the Solanke rumours that he should be fine. Walker or Branthwaite? I'd say Walker. Doughty or Powell? Not sure if Powell starts or not. He's flagged, so I think you just go safe for Doughty. Hope for an attacking return. I don't think they keep a clean sheet, if I'm honest, but he's got a return in him, so Doughty. Right, guesses in the chat. Can you guess who the most transferred in player is this week? Most transferred in player. I'm not sure who it is. My guesses would be maybe Son or Saka. But Saka's got high ownership. Haaland. Haaland went up again, didn't he? He's 14.5 mil. Everyone said Son. Let's have a look who it is. I don't actually know. Oh, it is Son. 599,634 new owners. And then Solanke. Then Bowen, Douglas Luiz, Saka, Watkins, Senesi, Gabriel, Salah. What? I'm sure Salah was the most bought last week or something, wasn't he? When he blanked, and then this week he's got another almost 200,000 owners, and he doesn't play this week either. Dan, thanks for the 2 months. He says, forget to Chibata for a -4. Yeah, that is. I think that's worth a hit. That's worth it. Yeah. I'm definitely going to get Chibata next time. I'm done with baguettes. I don't want to see a baguette in my life ever again. Most sold is De Bruyne. 459,000. Richarlison's close in second. Then Jota. Then Hwang. Then Højlund, Alvarez, Porro. Salah as well again. Darwin, Estupinian. Yeah. Solanke. Why have 200,000 sold Solanke? He's got Burnley away. I know he's flagged, but then he's got Dublin 28. And he could play this week. Like, based on the rumours, it looks like he starts this week. I'm surprised by that. Ariel or Dubravka? I'd say Dubravka. It's pretty close. I suppose if there's people on a wild card and they're preparing for the future and they can bench Salah this week, that makes sense. But I don't think that's all of those transfers. Start Maddison or Solanke? It's really hard to assess Solanke, but I'd start him. I'd start Solanke. Based on what we've heard, it sounds like he starts. If I don't miss the Solanke segment, rewind like 5 or so minutes. We had a little bit on Twitter about him. I think it points towards a Solanke start. How we doing, Razor Rushi? Welcome to the stream. Any leaks so far? Not much really. There was Diaz and Van Dijk start, but that was pretty predictable. I've messaged, but not heard back about Liverpool. Let me see if there's anything else. We've got just under half an hour till deadline, so no, nothing else at the moment. Anything we get, I'll let you know straight away. I'm checking the leaks list in the background, so yeah, if there's anything, I'll let you know. IE says, last minute penalty versus Prime Buffon at the Allianz Stadium for Arsenal to win the Champions League. Where are you shooting? Also, any team news for Chelsea and Liverpool? Last minute pen at the Allianz. I think I would go. I mean, he's going to save it, isn't he? But I think I'd go bottom right. Maybe that's the wrong choice though. I'm left-footed, so I'd bend it away from him. Bottom right. I'm not very good at pens, to be fair. I'm more of a creative mid when I play. I rack up the XA, but not so much the XG. In terms of Liverpool, not really. We had Diaz and Van Dijk start. I've been sent a few bits, but it's a bit confusing now. It's kind of hard to decipher while I'm live. They sent a team, but then they later went back on it and said Gomez playing as a number 6. So maybe Clark doesn't start. Oh, instead of Endo, he said. And he said Gakpo instead of Nunez. So maybe Nunez doesn't start, but it's a Liverpool account I've not really heard from ever. They just sent the lineup out of the blue, so I can't really vouch for it. But they've got like 80,000 followers. But they said they're trying to piece together the lineup, so we'll keep an eye out though. I think we're going to get more nearer the deadline. Nothing on Chelsea though. Kiwior or Gusto? If it's this week and you've already got them, Kiwior. But I wouldn't buy Kiwior. I can't believe I'm taking another hit. I've never taken so many hits. But, yeah. I think my plan is going to be Richarlison to Palmer, Foden to Son. But I'm going to lock it in maybe in like 15 minutes. A little bit closer to the deadline. Best mid for 5 mil or less. Yeah, Barkley. I agree with that, James. Got 25 minutes. That's fine. Perfectly fine. I'll wait till a little bit closer, but I don't think there's going to be anything that would change my plans. Like, if Van Dijk just at last minute wasn't starting, then I'd get like Senesi or Zabani or something like that, but that's about it. Pat says, Hwang, Foden to Son and Barkley. We've got De Bruyne. Yeah, I don't mind that. Unless you're free hitting in 29. I'm in a similar boat and I'm looking to buy Palmer instead. I think Palmer's a good pick, but yeah, I like the Barkley pick. I would do that, yeah. Fine to keep De Bruyne as well. I mean, you might be able to switch De Bruyne to Salah in a few weeks' time, like Gameweek 30 or something, right? So we're in quite a solid position there. Any plans for the wild card? Good question. I actually don't know exactly when I'll use it yet. Again, these are the upcoming doubles predicted by Ben Krellin. And at the moment, these are predictions for 34, 35, 36 and 37. So 34 and 37 are the big double game weeks. 34 is not going to be the best one. At the moment, he's got Bournemouth, Palace, Everton and Sheffield United as likely doubles. And then there is the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Newcastle, Liverpool as unlikely doubles. So that's possible as well, but unlikely, he says. There's a likely double for Chelsea in 36 and 37, he says. So in terms of the wildcard, depending on how my team looks, like if it's in bad shape, I'll use it at 31 and then build towards 34 in the rest of the season. And probably bench boost 37. But that's where I'm at. Let's do a chip poll. How many chips do you have left? We'll go all of them. 3, 2, and 1. Is that right? Yeah, there's 4. Hang on. Yeah, there's 4 chips, including wildcard. So wildcard, triple captain, bench boost, free hit. The poll is how many of you got left? We don't know about Stupinian. The unfortunate news, if you have him, like myself, is that Lamptey is being cleared fit. I'll just pull it up again. De Zerbi confirmed that Ferguson, Lamptey and development are back after they missed out midweek. So it really depends on Lamptey, I think. It's not out of the question as well that Igor starts like left back or something like that, but it could depend on Lamptey. And given that news, I'd say probably. I'd say Stupinian maybe like a 30% chance of starting. We don't know exactly like what Lamptey's status is. He could be nursing a problem still and they might not want to risk him. Daggy, thanks for the £1 super chat. And Ben says, how come you're taking Foden out? The reason being, I know that I'm aware this one could backfire, but I just look at the fixtures side by side. Foden will have Man United, Liverpool and Arsenal. 29 is irrelevant because I'm going to free hit. So then we look at Son, who's got Palace home, Villa away, and then Luton home in 30. So does Son outscore Foden by 4 points over that run? I think there's potential for that to happen. But also, above and beyond that, if we look at Gameweek 30, Arsenal play City, so I'm not going to captain Haaland probably. I'm not going to captain Saka. So who do I captain? Watkins home to Wolves maybe? Solanke home to Everton. The best captain that week is Son, right? I think that has to be the best captain for Gameweek 30. So I'm also bringing someone I'll captain. And I want to get Salah in 31. So if I don't get Son now, I have to go without the best captain in 30. Because I'm not going to buy Son in 30 and then take him back out for a -4. Whereas at the moment, if I get Son now, on paper I could roll in Gameweek 30. Right? And then I can make the 2 moves to get Salah in 31 when Liverpool are home to Sheffield United. That's the logic. Like, it might completely backfire, don't get me wrong. Like, Foden could smash it against Man United. He could do well against Liverpool and Arsenal as well. And also, Son's playing as the number 9 because Richarlison's out. So that should boost his appeal as well. So that's kind of the overview of my thinking in terms of that move. But yeah, it's a -4 as well. Jessica says, should I buy Senesi or Zabarnyi? If I was going to make the move this week, I think I'd just save myself the headache and get Zabarnyi. I know that he's got the worst attacking numbers and everything. Senesi's got a few goals this season. But Senesi's 2 yellows away from a 2-match suspension. Like, imagine if he gets 1 this weekend and then he gets 1 against Sheffield United. And then it's a single game for him. He misses Luton and he misses Everton. So suddenly you don't have him in 30 either, when you'd want to probably start him home to Everton. I might end up buying him next week if he gets through this weekend without a yellow, but I feel like now it's a week earlier, it's a bit risky, and I think I would just go safe. So that's, if I was doing it this week, it'd be Zabarnyi. If I was doing it next week and Senesi avoids the yellow, then Senesi, if that makes sense. It's just kind of the more sensible play. Because I'm looking at Gameweek 30, I've got double Arsenal defence. I do not want to play them away to City. So I need Van Dijk, I need Porro, so then I need my Bournemouth defender to be available. So I don't know if I want to take that risk. But I'll decide next week. It already depends on what happens this weekend. What's this I've just been sent? Sent me a Liverpool lineup. I'll ask if that's 100%. So what? I'll bring it up on screen, but I'm going to wait for their reply as well. And they might say it's not 100%. This is what they said. They've got Kelleher, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley, McAllister, Endo, Clark, Diaz, Nunez and Elliott. But I'll wait to see what they say in terms of whether they're confident that's it or whether they're still piecing it together. They've messaged me a few bits before, and they've got an account, by the way. It's just Anfield Insight 9, so I'm sure they'll tweet something as well. Because sometimes they say, like, I'm 90% sure, like there's one player I'm not sure on. So let's see what he says. Oh yeah, Nunez is on the bench. There we go. Let's retweet that. So this is what the other guy said, and that's why I didn't want to say it's 100%, because the other guy messaged me and said Nunez on the bench, Gakpo starts. So there we go. If anyone's got Nunez, I'd say this is reliable because it's from Lazy FPL. Lazy FPL says he's in the squad and on the bench. So FYI if you've got Darwin. And I think that's everything at the moment that we've got. So if you've got Darwin, something to think about. Anything else we get before the deadline, I'll let you know straight away. But I consider Lazy FPL reliable, so they say Darwin's in the squad but on the bench. So Gakpo starts then. Gakpo, Diaz, Elliott, front three. Yeah, I'm good, as. I cut my finger really bad just before going live, so I've got it strapped up right now. Yeah, the other guy said he wasn't 100%. Any word on Purvis? No, not really. Lamptey, it depends on Lamptey. He missed the midweek game, but De Zerbi said he's available for selection, so we could see Lamptey start again. Interesting that there's conflicting reports on Nunez, though. But Lazy FPL I consider reliable. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. IE says, would you start Palmer or Tony after Erling and Ollie? Quite close, that one, but I'd rather start Palmer. You know, they're both on pens, but Brentford just looks so leaky right now. And now they're missing me. Ben Me. I'm not going to start making the me jokes. I'm not doing a Harry. But they're missing Ben Me. He's out as well now. Plus they're missing loads of other players. So I just think Palmer. Yeah, Nunez on the bench. That's all we've had so far. I'm just refreshing in the background because I need to make my transfers actually. I think I'll do it in maybe 5 minutes now. I'll just give it a few more minutes. Yeah, I did see that. Lazy FPL said Nunez is in the squad, but he's on the bench. Keep your questions coming. I'll do my best to read as many as possible. Estupinian or Doughty? I would go Doughty just because Estupinian might not even start. Focal doesn't start. Yeah, I'm red flagged right now. 25%. Start Solanke or Palmer? Palmer. Bradley's in the predicted lineups. Solanke has travelled. Is that true? I didn't know that. Mo says, hi Oscar, would you start Solanke or do Richarlison for Bowen from -4 and bench Solanke? I don't want a -4 just to bench Bowen, not plan to free at 29. No, I think I'd leave it, Mo. Based on the rumours and what we've heard about Solanke being in training and training again today, sounds like there's a very good chance he starts. So I would say leave that. Don't take the hit. As says, Estupinian, Senesi, Taylor, choose one to play. Senesi. Arik Mo says, start Estupinian or Alex Moreno. Moreno. Yeah, Moreno for sure. Start Nunez or Garnacho. Yeah, that's a difficult one because Garnacho's got a horrendous fixture, but he'll definitely start, whereas it looks like Nunez doesn't. Lazy FPL says he doesn't. So I'd start Garnacho. It's quite hard to predict the Villa lineup this week. There's a predicted lineup from FPL Villa. I can pull that up. This is who he's gone for. Oh, I've just loaded up Steam. I don't want Steam. I'm not gaming. Let me close Steam. Jesus. Right, this was the Aston Villa predicted lineup. Wait for Steam to close. Oh my god. There you go, that was the Villa predicted lineup. So he's gone for Digne. Interesting, 50-50 on Digne. I'd start Alex Moreno though, between that Stupin one. Longley, Conser and Cash. So it doesn't have Powell in there, but they do have Conser and right centre back. Anything else? Let's check. Got 10 minutes till deadline. Solanke's travelled. There we go. There's some good news. That's from FPL Dia, who I've got on my leaks list, so I wouldn't have added them if I didn't think they're reliable. I actually can't remember much from them recently, but they've said Solanke has travelled. So there we go. That's positive news. He has travelled for the Burnley game. I'm going to make my move in a minute. Mark says, yo Oscar, start Garnacho or Estupinian. Cheers. I think I'd start Garnacho. Just because he's actually going to start, whereas the Estupinian's a question mark. It's an annoying one, that. Because if Estupinian had been getting starts recently, it'd be so obvious you start Estupinian. But I think I would just favour someone who actually will start. So I'll start Garnacho there. Right, let me make my moves. Or shall I wait a few more minutes? So it's Foden to Son, Richarlison to Palmer. I'll give it a few more minutes. And then I'm going to lock it in. Jay says, hey, hello bud, start Solanke over Gordon. Probably going to have to spend 12 points to field 9 good players to get me 29. Should I free hit? Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at 12 points in hits, I think it's probably worth the free hit. I think I'd rather start Gordon. He's blanked once at home all season. Like, it's game week 27 and he's blanked once in home games this season. So I think I'd start Gordon still. So I should start one out of Botman, Estupinian and 8 Nori. Botman. As says Estupinian, Garnacho and Taylor. Arrange the bench. Bench, I'd go Garnacho, Estupinian and then Taylor. Right, let me just refresh this in the background, see if there's any more news. Not had a huge amount today. We've had Solanke has travelled. Yeah, FPL Schofield also tweeted Solanke has travelled. Nunez on the bench. I think it actually was FPL Schofield that tweeted it first, so I'll retweet that. Doesn't guarantee he starts, of course, but that's good news that he travels. I think he does start. Just checking if there's anything else. Yeah, so Nunez on the bench. That was the other bit of news. I think that's it at the moment. Porro or Estupinian for Senesi. I'd sell Estupinian for Senesi over Porro for sure. Start Solanke or Gross. Solanke. Az says, thanks a lot, Oscar, all the best. Thank you, Az. Thanks for the super chats. Solanke or Bowen. Solanke. Start Bradley or Ake. Bradley. Who's your captain? Captain Haaland for me. Vice captain is going to be Saka. I'm just giving it a minute, and then I'll lock in my transfers. Yeah, alright, I'm going to do it. So, Foden to Son, Richarlison to Palmer, -4. Can't believe I'm taking a hit to sell Foden. Hopefully Son does good, or does better than Foden over the next few. So that's it. Yeah, confirmed. Done. Let's take a quick screenshot of that. And I'll quickly tweet it as well. It's so hard to type with one hand. Gameweek27. Foden to Son. Richarlison to Palmer. There we go. Done. No, Foden should play. He should play. I was talking about it earlier. It's just better fixtures for Son. Plus, he's the best captain in Gameweek 30, so it could go wrong. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a risky one, but that's where I'm at. Douglas Luiz or Solanke? I'd say Solanke. Areola or Neto start. I'm starting a Bournemouth defender. Neto has got the better clean sheet odds, I think. One final look at the clean sheet odds. Those are the clean sheet odds on screen. So if you've got like two keepers. Knockdown Bully says, holy man, you've survived this far after all. I'm just about hanging on. My finger is not in a good way. The blood's coming through the tissue. I'm gonna sort this out as soon as we end. In 5 minutes time. We'll do a final check for like any last minute team news and leaks. Oh, it really hurts. So Nunez doesn't start. That was the leak we had. I think that's pretty much what we've had. Solanke's travelled. Thanks, Mina. Pau Torres or Estupinian? Not sure if either start, to be honest with you. I suppose it's Estupinian. Yeah, I'd say it's Estupinian. I don't think either start, but I'd say it's Estupinian. We've not had any Brighton leaks, though. I don't think we'll get any either. Still refreshing, though. 5 minutes till deadline. Lazy FPL said that Darwin doesn't start, so that's all we've had pretty much, and that Solanke has travelled. Solanke or Van Dijk? I'd say Solanke. Just based on the rumours and the fact he's travelled, we heard that he trained, so I'd say Solanke. Thanks, Flandy. All the best, mate. Oscar's doing FPL decisions with severe blood loss. Yeah, I know. Hopefully I've not lost too much blood to my head that's affecting my decision making. No, I did decide on this one, but this morning before I managed to cut myself severely deep. Oh god, we're nearly there. 4 minutes. Keep your questions coming. I'm good, Ben. How are you? Ake or Garnacho? It's not guaranteed Ake starts, that's the problem. He probably does, but I'd say Garnacho. Foden or Bowen? Foden. Udogie or Moreno? I think Moreno. There's always this risk that Digne could start a game, but Moreno's just such an attacking fullback. Like, he's got a haul in him, and he's playing against Luton. I'll start Moreno for Estupinian as well to answer that one. Ben, thanks for the 3 months. Senesi or Bramford with Neto as a keeper? I'd say Senesi. Yeah, Senesi, because he's got the double in 28 and a nice fixture this week. Better fixture this week as well, over the next 2 weeks. Hamad says bench Gordon or Palmer. Oh, that is really tough, that one. I think I'd bench Gordon. Very close, that one. I think I'd bench Gordon there. Don't know if Pau Torres starts, unfortunately. It could be Longley. That's who FPL Villain had in his predicted lineup. He had Longley left and left centre back, Conser right centre back, and Cash right back. Yeah, Lazy FPL said Darwin's been benched. He's in the squad but doesn't start. That's what they said. Anfield Insight said Bradley starts. So that's good news if you've got Bradley. That's what they said. Glue or stitches? Hang on, I'll do that in a minute. Let's get the FPL questions. John says start 2, bench 1. Solanke, Gross, Bowen. Kinda or Anderson? Who's Kinda? Kinda or Anderson? Start 2. So I'd start Solanke and I'd start Bowen. I don't know who the Kinda is though. Who's Kinda? I wouldn't want to start Anderson. So I can't imagine the first option is much worse. Yeah, I don't think we'll get any more deadline news or leaks or anything like that. Sufal or Cash? Cash. Hello, Yusk. Welcome to the stream. Conser. Oh, I'd start Conser. Yeah, Conser. If you have time to react to that, I'd start Conser there. Definitely. So that is me locked in. I've gone Richarlison and Foden to Palmer and Son. Those are my 2 moves. Lewis is on Barkley captain. That's mad. Oh, I forgot about the chip poll. It's Solanke starting. We don't know 100%. We know he's travelled. That's what we've been told, that he's travelled. 15% have still got all their chips. 40% have got 3 on one of those. 36% have got 2. 9% have got 1. Yeah, I'd imagine Walker starts. What transfers did you all make this week? Before we wrap up, what were your transfers this week? Yeah, I'd keep KDB for 1 more week. And then make a decision on him. I think he starts. FPL Tony captain Haaland. Haaland would definitely start anyway, wouldn't he? Quite a few roll in. Sarvesh bought Son. Bought Palmer and Son as well. Alright, hopefully we'll be feasting Enshock with our 2 transfers in. Same 2 as you. Sponge Babe says, I messed up so bad. What did you do? Nato to Palmer. I like that. You rolled. Locked in. That's the deadline. That is half past. We're there. We made it. We made it. I made it. My God, I need to sort this finger out. It was really bad. I've cut my finger really deep if anyone's joined last minute. Literally 10 minutes before going live. But did the 2 hours. So if you appreciate that, before you go, hit subscribe. Drop the stream a like if you have enjoyed the stream. Thank you as always for swinging by. I'm not gonna hang around after the stream, so I'm gonna end it there. So thanks very much all of you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you have a good game week. And I'll see you very soon for the next one. Focal out.